Obsidian Studios, which has games like Fallout New Vegas and The Outer World, has recently been in trouble, so watch the video till the end. Before getting into any fantasy RPG, it is necessary to know its lore. So the world of Obsidian is shared with another game of its developers, Players of Eternity, but both the games are set in different times. In this world, we get to see people of many species, whether humans, dwarfs, or even elves. Similarly, there is also a species called godlike in which our character is born. This is not an inheritance, but children of any species can be born godlike, who have some elemental powers. Many people question them, while many brothers also torture them because different types of features are found on their faces, such as tree plant type growths. Their character is also there. Similarly, after suffering oppression from the whole world, the friend meets a king who recognizes his talents and awakens him in his court, and after growing up, he takes care of his character. Now we have become an important messenger of that king's court. That is, our mission is to stop the disease spreading in the country, due to which people and animals are becoming like zombies and are losing their control. But the king is not respected that much in the whole kingdom, and except his army, no one cooperates. Due to this, despite being treated badly all the time, we have to keep completing our missions. Godlikes are very rare in the world, and we are the rarest among them who can communicate with nature. So the whole story is based on our decisions, and if we are able to stand up against the challenge, then brother, our wish will also be fulfilled. Okay, you must have understood the story. Now the game has its own unique character creation menu in which, like every RPG, we can build a character of our choice. There are many options in which different godlike features are also available, and after finalizing the appearance, we have to choose our background on which our attributes are based. It will depend on the type of characters. There are many types of characters like Scholar or Avowed Hero, and as you can understand from the name itself, the magic damage of a Scholar will be more and that of a Avowed Hero will be more physical, but the thing to note is that this is just a background and not a class. Usually there is a class system in RPG like Mage or Warrior, and after choosing one we cannot change it, but in Abroad, the feature of selecting background helps more in conversation and other things like Scholars reply to things more soberly, due to which the chances of a fight are reduced, and Avowed Hero type characters are easily able to inspire people to do something. By leveling up we can also assign skill points, and then we can do it on physical or magical ability as per our wish. So there is no need to adopt any fixed playstyle, and the game can be played with flexibility. Moving forward on the gameplay mechanics, it gives the option to play in both first person and third person. Even we were happy to know this because I like to play open world games in third person only, but in third person the movement and mechanics of the game are not defined at all. Even you can see for yourself that they just gave the option, whereas their game is for first person. So after this point we played the whole game in first person only, and it was quite fun because apart from our basic training jumping and sliding mechanics, in the whole world exploration we have to explore many places through parkour, some of which are also very amazing. In fights both our hands can be equipped with different lightweight weapons or a single heavy weapon, such as a sword in one hand and a shield in the other, or a big heavy hammer. Instead of basic attacks, there are also skills with which range attacks or healing can be done, and as the story progresses, companies also join us, whose skills we can also control and upgrade. By pressing the E key, a skill will appears from where we can change the skills of the companies, and you can activate consume balls to reduce health or essence. Otherwise, different consume balls can be taken to restore it. And although we can take them in between fights, but because their eating or drinking animation also plays, they can be taken only by keeping a little distance from the enemy. Otherwise this option will be blocked. We cannot paddle the attacks, but we can await them by blocking or jumping in any direction. The choice of weapons in the game was a bit repetitive, like guns, swords, and lances, which can be leveled up with the help of crafting. Their durability and damage increases. Then for every quest and side missions, the difficulty is also represented by skills, so that we know that we will not be able to do this even while exploring. If we enter a new area, then the same skills should be applied on the enemies as well. They come, and if you try to fight them, you will be killed. So even though this game does not have a grind like Lahela because there is no level of monsters in it, but we can fight them only by keeping our equipment upgraded, for which we will have to keep doing side missions and exploration along with the story. Now in Abroad also, like your traditional RPG, area-specific monsters are found, such as bears and big spiders are seen in jungles and open-world areas. Skeleton monsters are found in dungeon areas and near water. These water beetles-type insects are found. But some monsters are found everywhere, such as Taurus, which are lizard-like monsters. These are seen everywhere, and what can I say? How irritating they are, because they have pierces which they keep throwing at us from far away. In the name of boss fights, one of these unhash and bigger size monsters comes from these enemies or a stolen line. Some evil character comes in and brother, there is no grind like full Skyrim in the boss fights because brother they only target us and not our companies. Now it is possible that they do it on low difficulty but friend, we were playing the game on normal and the bosses keep chasing us. After a lot of struggle, when they finally lose, they don't even give good loot. It's useless brother. I am heartbroken. The open world and environment of the game are simply a treat for the eyes because even if it is a plain, the landscape is kept in such a way that you cannot get bored even after spending hours exploring. Then caves, dungeons, and especially water bodies look much more beautiful. Glowing mushrooms, foliage, large crystals everywhere, and the mystery wipe of our campsite remind us again and again how a fantasy RPG should look. Even while exploring the city areas, there are many vantage points, discovering which is a task in itself. Brother, it feels rewarding. Even we jumped inside a waterfall to check the fall dam and we found a chest there which had a very rare item. I mean, brother, the visual aesthetics of the game actually immerse you completely. The skill effects in the game are also quite unique and by looking at them you will understand which skill is activated, whether it is yours or the enemy's. Now on one hand, there is such a beautiful world and on the other hand, there are so many dead NPC interactions. I swear, there was not a single conversation that I did not feel like skipping because there are so many dead expressions and only lips move. While creating the characters, we also get the option to choose our voice, but we do not have any dialogue. Our voice comes only when we chant a spell to activate skills in the game, and that too which felt very strange. In the middle of many interactions, they even show our face and we just click on our dialogue without saying anything. And then the same dialogue, the game without cutscenes means that cutscenes are so rare in the game that whenever someone comes and you think that let's sit at the back and enjoy a few cutscenes, in the meantime the dialogue will pop up for our reply. Now yes, maybe this thing will be normal for RPG fans and they will also like it, but yes, we did not like this thing. The companies roaming with us everywhere also keep on speaking their lines without tone variations, which does not feel good. After some time, no offense, but you leave a pretty wide trail, while these dead NPCs also give us side missions and quests, which are even more amazing than the actual story missions sometimes, and some are so long that it may take you 1 or 2 hours to complete them. While roaming randomly, we met a guy, after talking to whom he gave us the most fun quest of the game, which also included caves, oracles, underwater paths, and an epic boss fight. Brother, it was fun, and there are many such side quests available in every area. So play as much as you want, and this is what establishes the replayability of the game. Now, there are many types of replayability, such as playing the entire game again because of alternate endings or completionists explore everything, and about it, you can do both things. There are so many dialogues that go on, there are choices along with replies, and making different choices also affects the story. If you want, you can try the game in a completely different playstyle by taking a new background by increasing the difficulty. So, yes, there is replayability in the game. Now, look, the game is no doubt good, but there are some optimization issues for PC. We ran it for testing on RT370 and 32GB RAM, which we turned on the preset of maximum settings by default. It was with ray tracing, but after playing for a while we started getting drops and choppy gameplay, so we increased the settings from epic to high and saw that the game was not completely smooth even on this, but the drops were not matching that much, so we did the rest of the testing on this preset. The resolution in it was 2K, and it is also understandable because it is a 75GB 23080. But I am pretty sure that you can easily run it on 1660 or 1080t etc. And on low settings, but bad optimization is revealed by crashes and bugs, which we have seen many times when autosaving was on. Otherwise the game suddenly crashed at very crucial moments, and even at one place there was such a bug that even after recovering the quest item, the person to whom we had to give it was not showing, so we had to load the game and go back there. Both these things are not right for the full release, and we hope that Brother Obsidian should fix these quickly. Apart from the overall flow of the game was smooth without any issue. Just yes, one more problem that we felt was that the controller of the pass is not supported properly because the glimpse of this system was fed to us in it. Even if our games are fundamentally quite different, and similarly, if you have played Witcher 3, then that too probably looks like this in first person, which is a good thing because The Witcher is one of the best games till date. But as one user said very well, that if this game had come a few years ago, then it would have easily been considered in GOTY standards, but today in 2025, when we have already played RPGs like Baldur's Gate and Elden Ring, thereabout the game is not able to justify its price point of $5,000 at all. Now this does not mean that the game is not good, it is very fun, it just does not have many unique features. In simple language, the game has no hook because the story it is also a bit generic and the gameplay is inspired by many games, and For this reason we give the game a rating of 10 out of 10, which also includes the bad optimization of the game, but definitely the game is fun, and if there is a good discount on it in any sale then we will 100% recommend it. That is, if its price goes down then you can play it without thinking, all the shortcomings will be ignored because the gameplay is so much fun. So this was the review of Art. Sorry if the explanation has become too long and some things may not have been clear to you, but this is the fun of exploring a fantasy RPG by playing it yourself. The taste you will get will be different. By the way, Sunny did his latest state of play in which some big games were announced. To know about that, click on the left video, and to know the review of an underrated game, watch the right video. If you like this video, if you like it then please like it brother and subscribe.